Cash Daddies, Cash Daddies, Cash Daddies, Cash Daddies,
Cash Daddies is for entertainment purposes only. You'd be an idiot to listen to anything these degenerates say. Invest at your own risk, do research, but seriously don't listen to these ass clowns. Now enjoy Cash Daddies.
All right, welcome to Cash Daddies. We're banking fatties. Are we freezing? Here we go. I'm having internet problems.
Cool.
I'm having internet problems.
Should
So,
be fun.
yeah, welcome to Cash Daddies. We're banking fatties. Thank you guys for joining us. We already have a bunch of people very excited to be here. How are you boys?
Good, brother.
Things are good?
Yeah, man. Good week.
What? Good week. Things are going well. Dude, you're having a great haircut, by the way, Howie. Good haircut.
Big time.
Looks good.
Appreciate it, man.
Stylish.
Great hair.
It said upstate for a couple more days. We got about 3 feet of snow on the ground. This is miserable.
Oh
So,
my God. I don't know. I'm such a bitch now. I don't even care. I'm over it. I'm done. I don't need to be in the cold. I'm seriously thinking about just buying a trailer. Seriously, double wide in San Diego. Why not?
that's
Why
a good
not?
place to
Why
have
can't I have a
It is
double
a
wide?
depreciating asset. That would be a good reason why.
I don't know about that.
No,
I
I
don't know
do.
about
It
that.
is. They are.
I don't know.
It's
It's in
definitely
San Diego,
depreciating.
dude. It's in San Diego.
It doesn't matter. It's a double wide. They go down in value. They do not appreciate in
My
value. That's why-
grandma's
Dude, it's like a
still
boat.
there. My
It's like a
grandma's
boat.
still there. Still there in
trailer is like a
Niagara
boat.
Falls. Still there. Still
Okay.
crushing it.
It's just a law of real estate. I don't know.
Yeah.
What to
Johnny, please stop. Okay.
Johnny,
No,
please
Sam's
stop.
got a good
Just
point.
stop
He's trying
saying
to teach
stop
us something
putting
here.
pooping
He's
on
trying
my
to
dream.
teach you, Sam. You don't buy a double wide. You don't buy a boat. Those are depreciating assets.
Yeah.
Well, at least the
Dude,
boat
this
will
is
get you out of
so
here.
on point. This is so on point right now. So on point. So on point. Thank you.
What am I jealous of? Exactly. I'm jealous of Sam's double wide. I grew up in a single wide, baby. I know all about trailers.
Okay,
So
yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm the expert.
We're live, man. Live from the Copy My Crypto Studios. That's right. CopyMyCrypto.com/Sam. Get in it to win it, guys. And as you know, this show is fire, but the real fire, yeah, you know where that is, in our favorite place, and that is the Patreon. That's where the bangers bang. Okay. Number one Patreon on planet Earth for financial advice from
If you
comedians.
started January 3rd with, I don't know, say like $1,000, you'd be up over 4K. Because I just went through all my trades in my account.
Up
and-
over 4K already.
Wow.
Yeah, which leads me to believe Howie's got to start getting defensive here. Howie's got to get a little defensive because we've been ripping a little too hard.
Too hard.
Yeah, we've been ripping. I mean, yeah, we banked last week. Jeez. I mean, we banked last week on we banked Dell. We banked DraftKings calls. We bought them on a Thursday at $1.50, sold the next day at $2.80. That was a risky play. I definitely said it was, but we made money on it. Nike calls, but a ton of them at $1.33. I sold them at $2. A bunch of other guys sold them at $2.50 today. And of course, Tesla, which I'll get into later. We talk about Elon. Don't call me a hater because I bought Tesla calls. I bought Tesla calls at $3.50, sold them at $4.10.
How far out? How far out was that?
Only a couple weeks. It basically Tesla had tanked to a point where it hit the support level, and I told everyone we're going to see a dead cat bounce, and we did. Bought at $3.50, sold at $4.10. Some guys got out higher, which is what I love on their Patreon. I love when these guys make more profit than I do. That makes me feel better. So yeah, it was a solid week. Still holding some things. went the opposite, bought some Carvana puts. Their earnings come out Wednesday. I'm thinking that thing could drop a little bit, but holding some cash right now, man, because the S&P hit an all-time high today, but now it's reversing. It's reversing. So, I don't think things are all hunky-dory on the horizon. I think we may have some issues here, so we got to get defensive.
Guys, we got an important question, and a very important question in the comment section. Sam, are you going to drop the downs or rising coin? If so, can we help? That's an important question. Will I do the downs or rising coins? Maybe, definitely. It's on the table for sure. Stay in touch. Let me know.
Please stop checking out the comments, Sam. You just leave us here. I can see your face just go away when you're in the comments.
Johnny, I'm in the comments. I'm in it. DraftKings, bought low, sell high.
DraftKings?
Yeah,
I love DraftKings. I love DraftKings.
Talk about DraftKings.
We made some money on that one, man. Woo! It was a risky play because it only went out 3 days on it. And I was like, look, I'm going to buy a couple of them here. You could either make a lot or lose everything. I was very clear.
How many stars did you put on that, Howie?
0. I put no stars on it. Because of the high
Illuminati symbols.
Only the true degenerates rode with Howie, and then they doubled. They doubled their cash, made 100% in a day. So
Sam Tripoli is watching. I really am, dude. Thank you. Sam Tripoli is watching. What do you guys think about the markets, about the week? What do you guys think? I like these audits are coming. Any thoughts on the audits? I love it. Even if it's theater, I love it.
I don't have a problem with any audit. I have a problem who's behind it.
Yeah.
That's a real issue. I mean, you basically got a South African who was not elected, who started companies just trying to get people's information, and this dude's on board. Pretty much throw a dart. I'd rather have anybody else but Elon running this thing.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that such a controversial person had to be the one to do this, but he might have been the only one who could have done this, who could have accomplished this. So I think we just have to take what we're given here, because Rand Paul's been trying to do something like this for a decade now, and he got nowhere with it. So it took someone like this. I mean, he helped Trump get elected, and now he's
he paid for him.
Yeah, now he's getting what he paid for. Yeah.
My whole thing is, look, I think overall nobody's going to argue. I mean, we all want a more cost efficient government. We want less fraud. We don't want guys running. I mean, who knows, if they actually did a real audit, what you would find on both sides. I mean, I'm sure it would be mind-boggling. I do have a problem with this individual. I'm sorry, man. I trust Elon Musk as far as I can throw him. I mean, you just look at his past. Look what he does. He buys information. All he wants is information from us.
Data.
He wants data. He's a data-driven guy, and he wants every bit of data. I have so many issues with him, and the first one being this. So he's telling the American people, we're finding just billions of dollars that are fraud, put in places they shouldn't be, this, and that. Meanwhile, he's filing every lawsuit there is through Delaware, trying to get his $55 billion bonus, which would be the highest bonus of any CEO in the history of the world. Think about that one.
How much is it? How much?
56 billion.
Yeah.
So,
do you think he doesn't deserve to be the best compensated?
Dude, I'm being honest with you. If I could get $55 billion bonus, I would be knocking up all the Mossad agents. I would be shooting up the club with all the Mossad agents.
Well, here's my thing. Again. Tesla, would you agree, Johnny?
Never gonna pull it out.
Automobile company. Would you agree, Johnny?
I didn't hear you because he was doing a Rickroll on us about.
He's looking up trailers to buy, double wides.
What'd you say, Howie?
He's looking up double wides to buy.
No. Before that, what was the question?
No, would you, I mean, you look at, would you agree Tesla's a car, an automobile company,
Yeah, it is a car. Yeah.
right? I mean, I talked to a couple of my analyst buddies and they said, yeah, it's an automobile company. It's a car company. So if you look at Ford or GM or any car company world, when these CEOs get their bonuses, I don't know, what they get, 10, 15, 20 million, and people complain about that. They're like, why the hell are you giving a
Why
CEO
the hell are you getting all that money?
$10 million? 56 billion?
Well, I mean, now that they've entered this space where they're going to bump up against Waymo and Uber with these, pilotless vehicles, I think, they're arguing to be more of a services and tech company, right? But what are they listed as? Do you know officially? It's not. Is it a car company? How?
Yeah, it's an automobile company. Tesla's an automobile company. I mean, he's got SpaceX and other things, but Tesla's an automobile company.
That's something else, right?
And I mean, this guy's got a good point. I would too.
I love that. The south of the border, right there, my friend. I
would
see
too.
that.
But I mean, if the bonus had been 1 billion, I'd have a real problem with that. 1 billion. CEO, you got people in this country that can't pay bills. Buying a house is almost impossible. You got the 10-year treasury through the roof. Why hasn't Elon said something about, we probably should work on that 10-year treasury so maybe somebody could afford to buy a house? But you know what? Let's worry about that after I get my $56 billion package. All right. There's so much wrong with this shit. I
got you. Yeah, I mean, none of this is perfect. That's the thing. None of this is perfect, but it is better than what was happening before.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's a big thing. We have to be able to celebrate the wins and boo the losses. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
dude, if we're gonna find out all of our gold is gone from Fort Knox,
okay, stop with no. You're just spewing retarded stuff.
Well, hold on, Howie. Now, Elon, he tweeted out the gold from Fort Knox as a tweet, and then he had that meme from South Park, and it's gone.
Yeah, he's an idiot. I mean,
Elon is an idiot.
I talked to enough
is
people on
an
this
idiot.
situation, and if you got any kind of an economics background, Eddie, you would know that what we hold there is, I don't know, more than anything else we hold in this country. It's absolutely enormous.
What an amazing attempt to make a point there. It was like you just got lost there halfway through it. Listen,
let me finish.
Howie, I love you to pieces.
That was a very Trumpian statement by you, Howie. It really was.
Let me finish. So, what amazes me is if you read some of these clowns saying, the Bank of England, oh my God, they're sending all this gold to the United States. This is about the 100th time that over the past, 100 years that this has happened. How much gold is the Bank of England sending? What as far as their reserves, how much? I could tell you. It's about 1 to 2%. It's about 1 to 2% of what they hold. They send way more to India than they do to the United States. But that's a hell of a theory you got. Where's the gold? That is, I mean, that's this whole Elon shit. That's why the guy drives me nuts. He doesn't.
I'm just lost on what you're saying. Why are they sending us the gold?
Sam, how many times over the past 30 years have they sent us gold?
Let me
100? 500? How much did they send during the pandemic, Sam? Way more than now.
Okay,
way more than now.
How much gold over how was it? How much gold over the last 30 years has the Bank
fact
of
that you even are Googling that is like we're in like third grade economics right
I
now.
know. Please shut the fuck up.
We're in third grade economics. I feel like I'm your teacher.
The United
Raise your hand, Sammy.
States. Okay, buddy. Let's go.
Who are you
Here we go.
ChatGPT?
Here we go. Web searching the web. Our president England has periodically sold about 392 metric tons of gold has been moved back to the vaults of COMEX Commodity Exchange. The surge has been driven by traders concerned of potential tariff rifts under the Trump administration. Over the past year, it has periodically transferred gold to the United States.
Way
So I
more,
guess
way more came over during the pandemic. More came over 10 years ago. During 2008, holy shit, look how much came over then. All it is a hedge. It's like saying, Howie, why do you own 5% gold in the 2025 portfolio? That's way too much. You should only own probably 1 to 3%. They're just hedging. That's all they're doing. They're
We'll
hedging
see.
because gold
Yeah,
is
I
worth
mean,
more
and
over
this,
here.
We'll
this
see.
story is from today. So it says thousands of gold bars have been moved from the Bank of England's vaults in recent months as financial institutions react to concerns over potential U.S. tariffs under Donald Trump. Trump said yesterday, of course, that that he was going to do reciprocal tariffs only, it sounds like now. So he's changed his plan yet again. I don't know.
Again.
That any tariff that gets put on us, he's going to meet. I don't know if that, did you understand that, Sam? Did you see that tweet where he said, like, hey, we're going to have tariffs just equivalent to the tariffs?
He's
they put on
backing
us?
down on everything.
Well, the automobile,
He's like, he goes,
tariffs
I'm going
aren't
to do
supposed
this,
happen
and
till
then,
April.
you know,
They're not going to happen till April. And
If they
here's
happen.
another problem I have, and I don't know if you know this, Johnny, but Tesla's got real problems right now because China just fucked them. China just shut them down. He was all set. Elon was all set to release auto driving in 2025 there. China out of nowhere said, no, we're gonna let BYD do it, which is the biggest Chinese automatic. We're gonna let them do it, but not you, Elon. Even though we've had a good relationship, we're gonna put some regulations up, and you're not allowed to have any automatic driven cars. And why do you think they did that? It's just a negotiation tactic to deal with Trump. That's all that is.
Yeah.
what if he just goes to India?
They've
invested so much already in the infrastructure there in China. I mean, that would be so expensive. I mean, they have the money, but
that's his biggest plant is in Beijing. That's his biggest. But the fact that China
can we just say why that's important? That was supposed to be the key to unlock like the $20,000, $25,000 Tesla was that Chinese operation.
That's right. The cheap Tesla was that, and they shut him down. They shut him down and said no. Meanwhile, his competitors, they have free reign over there. BYD and some of these others.
Yes. Betty Spaghetti in the Fed. I agree.
What's going to happen now with Trump and Elon? It's got to be something. Something's got to give.
I'll just read this is the Trump tweet from yesterday. He says, on trade, capital T with trade there, I have decided for the purposes of fairness, capital F, that I will charge a reciprocal, in all caps, tariff, meaning whatever countries charge the United States of America, we will charge them no more, no less. For the purposes of this United States policy, we will consider countries that use the VAT system, that's the VAT, which is far more punitive than a tariff, to be similar to that of a tariff. Oh, interesting. So he's counting the VAT as a tariff. Sending merchandise, products, or anything by any other name through another country for purposes of unfairly harming America will not be accepted. He goes on to talk about monetary policy and stuff, but that's the outline there.
That's pretty much what's been going on since the 60s. I mean, right? Yeah. We've had reciprocal tariffs since John F. Kennedy. 2.5%, 3% back. I mean,
some people in the chat were saying that the banks are selling Bitcoin for gold. I don't know. That means get in on the Bitcoin action, get in on crypto action. That's why we want to thank our sponsor, Copy My Crypto. That's right, guys. Does it piss you off to watch cryptos fly up in price for over a decade and you still have done nothing about it? It makes sense. Crypto is complicated and really boring, right? Johnny, right?
Absolutely boring. I almost fell asleep. Yeah.
Anybody? Hello?
Everybody.
Copy. Hello.
What, you can't find the copy? What happens? You click it off? Did you click away from the copy? Is that what happened? Yeah. Sam,
shut up, Johnny.
Sam was trying to read the chat and lost the copy.
That's why the guy we love, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay, because crypto is boring, right? It could be really boring. So listen.
Yes, boring. It's really boring.
It could be really boring, but here's the good news. You don't need to know a thing about crypto to make money like so many have. That's right. CopyMyCrypto.com membership site. Okay. Membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTuber James McMahon personally owns which means you just copy along. It's just that simple. All right. It's like having a
How
big
simple
brother who
is it?
knows what
How
he's
simple
doing. You
is it?
don't need to know a thing about crypto or how to invest. You just copy. It's really simple. It just means you copy him, Johnny. That's all it is. So let me tell you more about James. He runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which has over 54,000 subscribers. Okay. That's a lot of subscribers. In the summer of 2020, he told his viewers to buy 26 cryptos. Had you put $100 into each one, $100. That's it. It went on to be worth over $123,000. Of the 26 cryptos, his top pick of the year, the one he singled out, called Phantom, went up 692 times. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify for yourself. So if you'd like to join the 2,800 members who copy James, and pause what you're doing right now or after the show and head over to copymycrypto.com/Sam. That's copymycrypto.com/SAM. You'll not only find proof of everything I've said, but our viewers get full access for just $1. That's it. Wow. Yes, you've missed out on Bitcoin. That's fine. But there are over 2 million other cryptos. Do you think you've missed out on all of them? Guys, don't waste your time. Go to the site and read it. Once again, that's copymycrypto.com/Sam. It's ended money worries for so many. It just may do the same for you. And we thank James for sponsoring this show. Thank you, James. Bang.
Nice one.
Bang. Dude, I'm running the board. I'm reading. I'm multitasking. Yeah.
Do you know that in the whole world, England is 14th in the whole world as far as the amount of gold they hold? I can't believe that. I thought they would be the top 6, 7.
Who's
Poland
number
and
one?
Portugal. Poland, Portugal, Turkey, and the Netherlands have more gold than England.
Where did Poland get that gold, I wonder?
Interesting. Interesting.
Very curious.
Johnny's bi-curious.
Oh, boy, I'm tri-curious. I'll try anything.
He will. That's what we love about him, dude. That's what we love about him.
Some guy said I had my Brokeback Mountain jacket. I saw that.
It's okay, Johnny. You be
Well,
you.
that's good.
You be you. What other stories do we got, Johnny?
Well, I mean, you put it in the headline. We should talk about DOGE a little bit more, I think. They have been, I'm just going to read, this is from Fox Business. As the Department of Governmental Efficiency reportedly gets closer to accessing more integrated data from federal agencies, one of the congressional subcommittee members previewed a budget reckoning in the works. These alphabet agencies are getting ready to see a reckoning. That means we've got a lot more to this. This is going to be a whole summer of fun. And I'm glad that Donald J. Trump is doing it. All he's doing is keeping his word. That was from Tim Burchett of Tennessee. It sounds like the IRS is the next in their crosshairs here. So that about the time we're all getting taxes, that's the great thing about this. They're going to be poking around the IRS, which is to me the irony of that. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying they're not going to pay taxes this year. Have you seen that? I've seen a lot of people saying like, "Hey, we're not paying taxes." I don't know if I go.
Yeah, you got some geniuses on Twitter. Let me tell you.
Because they think he's going to get rid of the IRS.
You don't want to be the last person. You don't want to be the last person to pay taxes, though, right? I mean, that would suck to be the last guy to pay taxes.
Especially if you have to pay a shit ton. Imagine, let's say you dropped $100,000 on taxes, and then the next day they're like, "Yeah, you don't have to pay taxes." You'd be like, "What?"
Yeah, there's a good chance that happening.
We talked on Broken Sim. They cut, I think, 15,000 probationary workers. These are workers that had either just been hired or were about to be. So I don't know if that technically counts as cuts. But the plan is to cut, many more.
Don't like 200,000 people work there?
Yes, yeah, it's a massive number. And Biden had hired had planned to hire 80,000, I think, to come after regular people. So, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. Let's just keep going. I think is what Sam said on the last episode, and I've said on Twitter. Keep going until nobody is left at the IRS, as far as I'm concerned.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. Here's what's going to be interesting. I would love to know, and like I say on that on your site, Johnny, what can you bet Is there an under over a date on when if Musk will still be with the administration? Because I would give him till August.
Let me see what Kelsey has on.
I think he will be fired by August.
Who?
Really,
Elon.
Elon.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
I
do.
mean,
Interesting.
it
I
does
just don't
feel
think
like
it's gonna
something
work out.
unstable. It feels unstable, right? That kind of relationship.
Yeah.
It just feels like
Yeah.
shaky. You know what I mean? It's like got some energy to it. That's
I think
Johnny,
at some
shaking the
point someone's gonna
baby.
whisper in
Shake the
Donald's ear and
baby,
say, hey,
Johnny.
shake
you
the
know,
baby. What are you talking about?
Johnny,
You're
you're
talking about
just shaking the baby.
you were talking about baby pinatas on the last episode of
No,
Broken
dude, I was
Sam.
talking
too?
about you shaking the baby.
This is
Stop
Burchett.
shaking
He
the
says
baby,
the
dude.
IRS is porous and the IRS is angry. The reason they're angry is they're going to have to start showing up for work. You know, I'm a United States congressman, and it can take me up to 6 months to get a dadgum response from them. That is not acceptable. I don't want them to show up to work, by the way. I would just prefer they all just
yeah,
never
what is
go
this
back
guy
to work
talking
again.
about? He sounds like an idiot. You know what? I would rather him stay home.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't see. Let me. The search button is elusive on this thing. Oh, there we go. Okay, Elon. I'm just gonna type in Elon Musk and see what props we have on him.
I would love
Tesla
to see.
deliveries this quarter. SpaceX Starship 8 launch. Elon Musk out as CEO of Tesla this year. You can get on that one, Howie. Yes, is paying $708. You know, for $100 in. So, wealthiest person in the world this year. Tesla robo taxi public release this year. I don't see anything about him being. You can get whether Linda Yaccarino leaves X this year. Sam, that might interest you.
Oh, that'd be so I would love that, dude.
And then will
I mean,
X
she
relaunch
she's
Vine?
made the site.
But
Oh,
you have
Will
to
X
vet it.
relaunch what?
Yeah,
Will
bet.
X relaunch Vine is another one. You can. bet
Yeah,
on.
the one I would, yeah. As far as the auto taxis being released in 2025, I would bet against that heavily.
Yeah. Tesla's always running behind on their ambitions.
And with this China stuff, forget it. I mean, the only good thing about this is the stock becomes more volatile, and we can make money on the way down. That's what I do like about it.
Do you like it long term, Howie? Tesla?
I don't. Not at the price it's at right now. No, I don't. I think there's a lot of better things that you could make money with. I mean, stock right now is trading at 352, down from a high of 479. I got friends on Wall Street. They say it's $100 stock, $100 stock.
Really?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
As low as 50, huh? I will say we toward the end of last year,
Damn.
I started talking about Intel. Intel's way up. It's up almost 30% this year so far.
You know what, Johnny? It is. And I love the guys on our Patreon. And most of them that have been here a few years now, they get it. But we got just young guys on there that they're young, they're gung-ho. They remind me of me when I was 22, and they have no clue as to when to buy, when to sell. When, like, I had a guy today, like, Intel to 27, going to 40 or 50. Actually, it's probably not. It's probably going to come back.
Yeah.
26.53. I don't see it busting through 30.
If it did, it could go and go and go if it does.
Yeah, it could, but all the news that I'm getting on Intel is that it's up big over the past week on some news, but it's got a long ways to go, man. I mean, even for it to hit 32, 33, that could take a while.
Yeah, and the news that gave it a nice 12% rally today was that Broadcom and Taiwan Semiconductor are weighing bids that could end up in the company being split.
Possibly.
Which would be good news for Intel. Yeah, it is weird talking about Intel that way though, right, Howie? When it was just, I mean, it was nothing but a powerhouse for decades.
Yeah, I mean, and I know people that have, if you invested like 10 grand into Intel 12 years ago, it'd be worth $5 grand right now.
Yeah, crazy, right? I mean, you would never, if you told me that, 15 years ago that Intel would be suffering like this.
I agree. I mean, it's just it's taking a beating, and they have some management issues. I would go
it's all the management. The management failed that company. Yeah.
Oh,
horribly.
brutally.
It's if you're interested in that kind of thing, there's a lot written about it. If tech interests you and what Intel has done to blow their lead, is just they just invested in the wrong things. They didn't pay attention to competition.
Yep.
It's horrible blunders.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, they basically took everything for granted. A company that kicked their ass. I mean, that they kicked for years and years. They owned AMD. AMD could not do anything right. And then AMD turned the tide, and AMD is also one that has been beaten up down to 114 from, what was it, 220, 230?
Oh, yeah, it was way up there. Well, how do you feel about AMD from there then?
From where it is right now, that could be a short-term play to 120, 122, a little call situation. This is one I've always sat back and watched, but lately it looks like it's forming a decent base here. Above 112, it's at 114.41. That could be that could bust up to 120 here.
Yeah, they had they also announced some new graphics cards at CES that I think were okay. It left a good impression on people, so it will it could help. They also announced some what is that? I'm hearing.
I don't know, dude.
That's Sam.
They interviewed a bunch of economists, guys on Wall Street, and they said, as far as this year coming up, what are the three biggest things that could move the market? Number one, the one people don't want, I don't think we'll see it, is a global trade war. Like Johnny said earlier, these reciprocal tariffs, I think it'll get to a point. His people will tell him to pull back. They probably will, because if there ever was, and China up the ante, and we went, that would be a nightmare. We'd go into possibly a full-on depression. The other one's rising bond yields. We don't want those things rising. The 10-year treasury, it's got to come down, or nobody's going to be able to afford a house. And then
maybe that's their goal. Nobody to be able to afford a house.
That's the thing that drives me nuts. Not just this administration, the last one, the one before that. No, they don't put any emphasis on this. It really blows my mind how none of these guys at the top, I don't care if it's Biden here or Trump or Musk, when's the last time you ever heard these guys say, you know what? We'd like to see more Americans own a house right here. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that used to be a staple of every politician's campaign, right? Yeah.
That was the key. The American dream. Get in a house, white picket fence. When's the last time you heard any of these politicians talk about that ever?
Maybe Bush W, I mean, I remember him campaigning on that, but that was before 9/11, and then after 9/11 it just kind of.
But I'm telling you, right, watch this news over the next 6 months, because home builders came out today and they're like, we're going to go out of business. Because if you increase these Canadian lumber tariffs, no, we're not building anything anyways right now. Rates are too high.
But and you got all these people out here in on the west side in the Palisades trying to rebuild. Oh, that would be disaster for them. So expensive.
That could get really bad. I mean, you're going to see a lot of people out of jobs in construction.
Demand around here is going to be insane.
Yeah. So
I know we talked a lot about Nike, Howie. I saw that they're teaming up with Skims, Kim Kardashian's company.
Kim Kardashian single-handedly saved Nike. Kim Kardashian made the Patreon cash, put it that way. Because we bought calls on this, 133. I was happy to get out $2. Some of these guys got out $250 today.
Ooh.
All on Kim Kardashian, man. Kim Kardashian.
It's big news, man.
Yeah, huge news. It's up. Nike's gone from 71 back up to 77 in a couple days.
Hello, Sweden.
Loving Nike right now.
They how do you like Nike? Because I got Nike in my retirement.
I love it.
I do too. Am I frozen to you, Howie?
It's my favorite Johnny.
I'm not. All right, Howie, am I frozen to you?
No.
You're back.
I think you're in it because you're on a delay, Sam. I've noticed you don't react to us until a couple seconds later sometimes.
That's normal.
Shut up.
Yeah, see, he's on a delay. How do you? I got Nike in my retirement. In my IRA, and it's one of my second biggest holding.
Yeah, I love it. It's here. I mean, I love it just because I know the institutions on Wall Street are buying the shit out of it.
Okay.
The big guys are buying this thing, and if it closes above 78.33, it's probably going to close to 90. I mean,
You think so, huh? Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
I do. You know, it's like, look, a couple years ago, somebody asked me on here. They said, give me a stock give me an Amazon or a Meta in its baby stages. And there was 2 companies I remember mentioned. One of them was Uber, that we got in the portfolio around 32, 33. It's at 81. And the other one was Alibaba. I said that's basically the Amazon of China. And Alibaba's gone from 90 to 126 in the past month. And I think it's off. I think it's off to the races. Chinese stocks have done well past month.
Yeah, and
So I just looked at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's trading at $1,300 a share.
Coca-Cola is the symbol's KO. It's trading at 69.
What's a Coca-Cola cons? Okay.
what are you looking at, Sam?
KO.
Are you looking at cocaine?
No. No.
That's traded $1,248 per gram.
No, look,
Yeah,
it says
that's right.
Coca-Cola cons. It must be a different one. What is Coca-Cola's?
Coca-Cola, the symbol's KO.
Yeah. Oh, always.
KO.
Yeah, it's trading at $69. It's had a nice little month
Oh,
run.
yeah,
man.
there it is. There it is. There it
Yeah,
is.
it looks good. Almost a $3, a 3% yield. Pays a nice dividend. If it can go back up and retest the highs here of 71, 72, 73, if it goes through that, it's gone. Probably a good buy.
Yeah, look at I'm just looking at Coca-Cola on the zoom out, and it's like you could have where did it open? Okay, it opened in 1985 at $1.29 a share. It looks like right here. That's as far as you can go back.
It might have been 20.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, but look at that. Coke's a good investment, huh? That surprises me. You would think that with all the competition that Coke would have suffered over the years. I mean, look at Pepsi. Pepsi's $143 a share.
If you put $500 in Coca-Cola stock in 1991, 1991, $500 would be worth 20 grand today.
And that's true. So many major stocks, right? Like if you had, just because of the way the stock market works, it's always growing.
I mean, Apple, same thing, man.
God. Grok 3 got released. That XAI released Grok 3. They claim it's better in early testing than all of its rivals. We will see. Have you guys messed with Grok at all? I don't. In my experience, it's not as good. ChatGPT still kind of got the crown there as far as the best AI experience. But Grok lets you do a lot more than ChatGPT is so political, and its responses oftentimes.
And that's Elon's, right? Grok?
Yeah, Grok is X is XAI they call it. That was pretty big news, a new iteration of that. Top official at Social Security stepped down over what you were talking about earlier, Howie, a disagreement on how sensitive data is being treated by DOGE. I think you're going to see a lot more of this if kind of getting the Biden people out of the system. They just don't. This to me is a mistake, by the way. If you disagree with what's going on in the government, you don't quit. You try to fight from the inside. I've always felt this way about our side, that we should try to infiltrate. And that's what we learned from the Ron Paul thing in 2008 and 2012, was that the only way to change these things is from the inside. You're not going to do anything from the outside. And if, resigning is always a mistake. If you ask me, you gotta push back from the inside.
Hey, Howie, let me ask you something. If you're buying a stock, what's the difference between a limit, a market on close? What is that?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Good question. So let's say, for instance, we're watching a stock together and we're watching NVIDIA, and for some reason during the day it's gone from 135 and it's dropped down to 128, and I say, fuck, Sam, buy it now. Buy it right now, this second. So you're going to go in and you're going to buy it in a market order. And that means you're going to get filled at the price quicker than anybody else because you're going in with a market. They're going to buy it the second you hit the click. Now, let's say, for instance, you got to work all day. And you're like, you know what? I'd like to buy NVIDIA at 124, but I'm going to be at work, so I'm not going to be able to do it. No, you actually can. Before you go to work, you're going to hit limit, buy limit, you're going to punch in 124 and you're going to go 100 shares and you just hit send and you go to work. If that thing drops below 124, 123.90, 123.89, after all the market level orders get taken, your limit's going to hit. You're going to be able to buy that thing. Same as a limit sell, Sam. Let's say you got to go to work and you're like, man, I'd like to sell NVIDIA if it hits 130. You put in a sell limit at 130 and 100 shares. You just go to work. If that thing dips above 130, it's going to automatically sell it for you. Whereas a market, you're actually sitting there watching and say, I need to get out of here right now. Bang, I'm out.
So market, if I just want to buy the stock straight up, market.
Live action right there. Yes.
Bang.
Yep. Limit if you want to set yourself, I could sell it now for 128, but man, I'd really like to get out at 132. All right, let's put a little, I could put a day limit where if it's got to hit that during the day, 132, or I can hit a GTC, good till canceled, where I can go on a vacation for 2 weeks. And if it hits at 132, I'm out. So
Yeah,
those
just
are
make
the
sure
two
nothing
different-
happens in the news, right? When you,
Yeah.
this can be
I'm
dangerous.
crushing it, dude. I'm crushing it.
This was
Limit, you don't have to be there. You can be gone.
pretty interesting to note what's happening between Russia and the United States. They have been meeting in Riyadh. They cut Ukraine out of this meeting, apparently, where they're talking about Ukraine. But it seems like Donald Trump is trying to reboot that relationship with Russia, not just with respect to diplomacy, but also with business. What do you think about that? Lifting sanctions over there, Howie?
My first question to you guys would be, listen, it's a big meeting, trying to stop this war. Good idea. Why are they meeting in Saudi Arabia?
It's weird, right? It is weird.
Why?
It's kind of, I think Russia views that as neutral territory, because they're friendly with the Saudis also.
Oh yeah, I don't get it. Saudi Arabia, really?
It says this is from Yahoo Finance. The U.S. and Russia raised the possibility of lifting the raft of sanctions they've aimed at each other. They also agreed to work toward boosting staff at their embassies, addressing other, quote, irritants in the relationship, and paving the way for more cooperation. Although the talks were preliminary, that attitude suggests that the U.S. was already looking beyond the war and toward meeting Trump's long-held desire of boosting ties with Russia and Vladimir Putin. If that were to happen, how would that affect energy? Do you think, is that the market to look at if things with Russia normalize, Howie? Where would you look?
Prices would come down probably. Natural gas, oil, they probably would drop. But of course, the other thing too is, isn't there a mention there that he's interested in making a deal with the Ukraine as long as we get some of their minerals?
Yeah, that was one of the stipulations, was that he would continue support. Now, this could have been him spitballing. You never know with the president.
Yeah.
If it's just him saying something, or if this has actually got some thought, in the government, the weight of the government behind it. But he said that their rare earth minerals, which they have quite a lot of apparently in Ukraine, would be on the table as a bargaining chip. I'm okay with that. If we're going to be sending money there anyway, we might as well be getting something for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually they'll figure something out. I don't know. When I read that whole thing, I'm like, they're meeting in Saudi Arabia. I was like,
weird,
no,
weird, man.
Like, why?
They got their fingers in every pie, the Saudis.
There's so much shady shit going on right now. It's ridiculous.
Sergei Lavrov, their foreign minister, said that it was a very useful dialogue. We only listened, but we also heard each other. We not only listened, rather, but we also heard each other. I'm not sure what the distinction is there. And I have every reason to believe that the American side has begun to better understand our position. So it sounds like things are thawing a little between Russia and the United States. That's a good thing, probably. For business.
Think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, just stop some wars, get those towers up over on the Gaza Strip and let's stop that one.
Oh God! I mean, what do you think about that, Howie? This idea that we're be holding the bag on Gaza somehow.
It's just everything that you believe in as far as humanity. It's like, look, it's not our land. It's not Israel's land.
It is now, baby. It's ours.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically Trump's. You heard him. He said, "Hey, they give the hostages back, move into some other countries, get out." and we're going to start developing that strip on the ocean. Put a few Trump towers there.
Yeah, it's gonna make it look like Atlantic City, which I call the Gaza of America.
Yeah, Atlantic City. Yeah, he did a great job down there. I think only 100% of his properties went bankrupt.
Yeah, the Taj Mahal's out of business, right? We were talking about that on Broken Sim. Like, how do you go out of business running a casino?
100% of, dude, it's like outside of Boardwalk, Atlantic City, and I love Jersey, is a shithole.
Oh yeah, Atlantic City. Whew, it's no joke. Very dangerous areas, man. That's rough area once you get off the strip. Yeah, and now it's even getting worse. I think pretty much you'll see all those casinos gone at some point, and they'll just be condos on the beach because you don't have to go to Atlantic City to gamble anymore. It's legal in Jersey. You can do it on your phone. So,
I think, did you mention bonds earlier? It sounds like muni bonds are
Well,
going
hold
to
on,
be
real quick before we go. Some people are talking that Vegas wasn't as packed for the Super Bowl as they thought it was going to be, as it usually is for the Super Bowl. And a lot of people think it's something I've been talking about, and that is that Vegas is ran by Terminator banks and corporations who are nickeling and diming everybody from coming to Vegas. It's bad enough that you charge a daily resort fee, not just one fee for the whole week, daily resort fee. And now these scumbags are charging you for parking. Why go? Why go?
I mean, exactly to what Sam just said. That's exactly what I heard from 3 of my buddies that went out there. They said it was dead. The casinos that are always packed, that it was actually more packed for the bowl games. Some of these places for the Super Bowl, you could easily get seats where you never could. Yeah, and my buddy was bitching about they charged him some crazy service fee, like at the hotel he was staying at. He said that it was another fee he'd never seen.
Here's Sam, if you want to pull it up, this is Daniel Negreanu, the poker legend, talking about he's well sourced.
I heard exactly what Sam said.
Yeah, play it.
Vegas execs,
Yeah.
losing their mind this week.
No one's here.
They're having losing days during Super Bowl week when it's usually jam-packed, every table popping.
Usually
right?
you can't get a room.
So the question is, why? Right? Why do people not come to Las Vegas?
Well, we talked about this earlier. I think that they jack the prices up on everything.
They're squeezing.
If you're staying at a hotel, you still have to pay parking sometimes, and it's like $25, $35 to park each day by the day. And that's just crazy, isn't it?
I feel like, Benny Binion, who ran the Binion's Horseshoe before, Jack and Becky and everybody else.
Yeah.
He'd be turning over in his grave right now because he saw it as this. You're coming to my casino to lose money. You're going to get a free room. You're going to get rattlesnake, alligator, whatever those people like to eat, but like it was a full that's what they ate back then. I don't know. So they really took care of customer first, expecting to get you on the back end.
By the way, that's the most Vegas looking Vegas chick I've ever seen in my life. Nothing says desert more than blonde hair, bleach butthole. That's what I saw right there.
That's pure desert. That's desertry at its finest.
That is desert. That is desert. And we love desert chicks. I love them. The heat cooks their brains.
Well, yeah, Sam, that's your old stomping grounds out there. So I had heard the same thing. I heard that, they're doing it all around, just charging service fees and taxes and parking.
Yeah. It's this thing in capitalism where it's like you got to constantly churn a profit. Like you have to get more than the last guy. And sometimes you just hit a peak, right? You just hit a peak. And now you have to start figure out other ways, and it could go into cutting workforce so you have less expenses, or it could be like Vegas is doing, nickeling and diming people. I went to have dinner with a friend of mine, in Vegas during last Skankfest. I went to have dinner with him. I was there for 2 hours. You know what Caesar's Palace wanted to charge me? $25
for parking. And now this little kind of underground industry showed up where these shady people, they gamble there all the time. They get free parking. They'll see if you're about to go pay for parking. All you got to do is throw them $20 cash.
and they'll pay for your parking so you get it free.
So great. I remember you talked about Unbroken Sim. There's some guy waiting by the checkout for the, just taking cash off people. Kind of brilliant.
By the way,
You know what they've turned, by the way?
I was in Vegas in the 90s and it was great. It was great, dude. I went there in 91. I was there as they were building the MGM. That's how long ago I was there. And bro, it was Vegas was fire back then, dog.
Was that when Larry Johnson was just getting nice?
I came the year after Larry left, and I got J.R. Ryder, who was a 6'5" center crushing people. And they went like 28-2 or something like that.
Man, was he on that team?
Who?
Stacey Augman?
That was the
year before.
Also. Okay, I liked him.
You had Anderson Hunt, Greg Anthony, Stacey Augman, Larry Johnson.
He put me in a headlock at a Falcons game one time. Stacey Augman did. It was
God,
he was there
how
cheering
did
for
that
the Falcons.
smell? Did that
What about
smell?
Jarvis Bass? What about Jarvis Bass night?
I don't remember Jarvis Bass night.
They had a squad, man. They had a squad,
dude.
Bye.
But by the way, I watching Rick Pitino crush with the St. John's, I just fucking hate the AD at UNLV. He wanted to come to UNLV. And they're like, oh, you're a little too dangerous for us. Right now.
Really? They said that?
Oh, yeah, dude. Then they went and got what's-his-face's son, and we suck. We suck. Dude, Vegas needs to go.
I know, like, are you talking about recently? Because I know, like, just from this Google I just did that he turned down the job in 2001. But you're talking about more recent.
Yeah, recently. Before he got to St. John's, he had expressed interest in UNLV.
Yeah, he was in Iona. He wanted to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And, St. John's is doing well for one reason. One reason. There's two names. It's called Mike Tripoli. Mike Tripoli. He sold vitamin water for $1 billion, a couple $1 billion. Bought a bunch of horses, and he's paying every single kid there over $1 million.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't
know.
Right.
It's what it is.
Good for them.
It is what it is.
Let them make their money, dude. Everybody else is cashing checks. Give up some cash.
Dude.
Wait till you see how good North Carolina's football team is going to be good, because Belichick just signed the deal. And I've heard through the grapevine, Johnny, you probably heard this too.
He's been everywhere.
I've heard he's got Brady and Grok basically telling kids, you're coming. I don't care what you're coming to Carolina next year. Like,
that's weird because he's such a Michigan guy.
Yeah, but
he's a
I'm sure he's got a little loyalty to Billy.
And Belichick, dude, people thought Belichick wasn't going to recruit. He's been everywhere, dude. He's been up and down the Eastern Seaboard, and they've started. They're recruiting California. What?
Yeah, he has to keep his 24-year-old girlfriend excited by
so
flying
hot,
her around.
She's so hot, dude. Did you see how she showed up to that NFL event where she was like a cutout right here? You could see everything.
I wouldn't doubt if he just lets these guys light her up while he sits in the corner going, yeah, this could be more than that.
They have matching sports bras, both of them. His is blue, hers is pink.
Boobs, dude. He's got
bigger tits than she does.
He's 70, dude. You can have tits at that age.
Apparently, he's obsessed with like bench press, because I noticed that Pat McAfee asked him about that every time he goes on there. He's like, "What you benching?" And apparently, Belichick is just obsessed with pressing. So maybe that's some of it. I'm sure he's on like
115 pounds every night.
Yeah, they're thinking Michael Jordan's got his cash out.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's been in contact with Belichick. Yeah. And they're trying to bring guys back. LT bringing him back. Bringing more.
North Carolina's basketball team will be like night and day next year, from what I've heard.
They're hiring a GM finally.
Yeah, the guys are going to get paid.
They're going to get rid of the coach.
He came out and said we got no money.
He'll get another year, because they got a top 5 recruit just committed like last month. He's gonna get one. If they stink it up next year, then he'll be gone for sure. Because dude, North Carolina could have had Brad Stevens, and I know that from behind the scenes that he was interested at the very least, because he told them when they hired Hubert Davis, he was like, and this is before anybody knew Brad Stevens was an active NBA coach at the time, and I saw it reported by the people who know behind the scenes. They were like, yeah, he told us like wait a couple of months, and we're like, we can't do that. And I mean, what's going to be different in a couple of months? And then out of nowhere, he says he's retiring as a coach. And they hired Hubert Davis instead because they want to keep it in the family. But Roy Williams made them hire. I know this.
I think Hubert Davison's fine. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's just not. He's not a great. He's not a great in-game coach, unfortunately. But the way the team was put together was a huge mistake. They have no center.
Yeah, but that's a little to have to do with this. I mean, they had Bascott for 18 years.
Yeah, a little.
NBA on right now. There's a giant war going on between old school and new school, and they both agree the league sucks, but they're arguing on whose fault it is. I'm telling you, dude, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the guy who gets all the blame is LeBron, but there is an argument that Steph Curry and the Warriors have caused shitty NBA as well. And I love Steph Curry. And
Silver is the blame. Yeah,
Adam Silver is the worst. The worst.
By the way, how stupid did they look with this great hockey event going on for just ruining the All-Star game in the NBA? The All-Star game in the NBA is maybe the worst now of the All-Star events.
Yeah, it got worse this year.
Do you think a lot of the international players want to have it like Americans versus the world? Now that would kind of screw up the selection a little bit.
I think you pick the 20 top players, and you have a $50 million. Whoever wins gets $50 million, and let's have a real game. Damn. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but the question is, if you put up that 15 million,
50 million.
He said 50.
Who's gonna put up 50 million?
They have it. Come on, jeez. Elon Musk got a $50 million
WNBA every year. They have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, it's also that like more money isn't going to change this. These guys are making all the money.
It's got to be a prize.
Oh no, it'll make it a real competitive game. If you
listen, dude, you got to bring back the dogs. You've just allowed these guys to get soft.
Defense.
You got to bring back hand checking, and he's anything but that. This guy, anything but that, right? It's like, oh, we're going to shorten the quarters. Fuck you. It's not about
what does that accomplish? What does that accomplish? I don't understand.
It's nothing. He's an idiot.
But in his mind, what does that accomplish? What does he say that for?
No way. I guarantee you, everybody lights up Adam Silver's wife. They all just run a line and they just light her up. You know? Oh. It's just ridiculous, dude. They need to get him out. They really need to get him out.
He'll die in that chair. He'll be like Stern. He'll go.
They need to get rid of him, dude. He does not have the backbone to handle these guys. You know, and you could say whatever you want about the NFL, but the NFL is like, no, we're doing this, and the players acquiesce. That he's given too much power to these guys. You got to take it back.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but Stern would have done a much better job over these past.
Stern was good.
Yeah,
Stern would figure out a way to punish these guys that don't want to play, and they have to come up with a way. Joel Embiid is just stealing money. Stealing money.
His own team hates him.
His own teammates don't like him.
No, they don't like him.
I said before, trade that dude 2 years ago. You trade him at the peak. That was the peak of him. You know, it's just crazy to me. But like they got their dicks kicked in. Universally hated that All-Star game. Kevin Hart is Kevin Hart somehow still gets to work. And I met Kevin Hart like 20 years ago. That was the last time I saw him. Was a nice guy then.
Okay.
But somehow Kevin Hart gets to still work while he's associated with Diddy parties. It's like unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable to me. It's like, oh yeah, you're associated with this thing where kids got like just traumatized. But hey, man, do an awful segment where you completely get everything wrong.
Yeah, but you can't bust on Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart probably looked like one of the kids.
Probably.
Yeah, they couldn't tell the difference. They were like, hey, look at that little guy. Let's bring him in the room and run a train on him. He looks cute.
I will be in Detroit at the end of March. Kevin Hart was never funny. Yeah. I mean, dude, these people are crazy.
Okay.
They're just all crazy. Everybody's going.
Dude, that guy's burned the house down so many times. Get real.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, he is definitely a plant. I mean,
of course, plants they work because they're funny. That's why plants work.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. It's not that they're not
unfunny people.
That's the biggest thing. They're always like, oh, dude, Oh, dude, he's funny. What do you mean he's a plant? What do you mean he was pushed forward? He's funny. Yeah, that's the ones they push forward.
Totally. Yeah, that's absolutely it.
You know, that's who they push forward, dude.
Well, we got gold reaching all-time high, Sammy.
Ooh.
Good. By the way, I bought a ton of Coca-Cola.
It's a good price right here.
I'm just going to sit on it.
All-time high. Gold's going to be at 3,000 an ounce in a month or two. And then it'll retrace. But look, we got 5% in that portfolio, and that thing is up from 190 to 270 in 1 year. Love it. Love it.
All right. What else are you looking at, Howie?
Oh,
look,
we got to head to the elusive, the exclusive guys. We got to get over that Patreon.
If you're just a bystander, if you're a civilian out there, if you're not like us, you're just a civilian, buy KWEB, KWEB. It's the Chinese. You basically own a bunch of big companies in China, and that thing's on fire. We got it at 27. It's up to 35, probably going to 40. Ow.
Guys, me Chinese, me play joke, me go pee pee in your Coke. Guys, get over there. Get over there to the patreon.com/Cash Daddies. Be a part of the movement to rock. And we want to thank our boy, James McMahon, and Copy My Crypto. Without him, who knows where we would be, dude. What just happened there?
I think you know what just happened there.
Who did that?
That was you. Of course it was.
No, it wasn't me at all.
I think it was me.
Okay, thank you for your honesty. Go copymycrypto.com/Sam or Cash Daddies. We don't know which one it is, to be honest with you. It could be either one of those. Sam or Cash Daddies. And get in on the action. We thank you guys. Anything you guys want to push?
Yo,
any
the
dates,
degenerate gamblers, we went undefeated last night. 10 units.
Nice.
We got college basketball, the tournament starting, and myself, Steve Valente, we on College Boots, we just been on fire.
Hold on, dude. So you're saying go over here, Howie? Is this where you're saying go?
That's it. Go to the degenerate gamblers. If you look, it's $24.99. Join up for a month. Win your office pool. Win your office pool, because that's what we do. That's
nice.
exactly.
You know, you now have 1,000 subscribers. You can start streaming.
Yeah, we're gonna start live. Actually, we're doing one Friday. This Friday, we're gonna live stream because Saturday is a huge slate. But we recorded today. It's already out. You can see the brand new NCAA bets we did for tonight, because tonight is a huge slate, except for the NC State North Carolina game.
Yeah, it's not a great one.
They've played the last 11 games. Both those teams have covered once.
Oh, no, North Carolina. Yeah, the Vegas has really struggled with them because they still think they're decent.
Yeah,
and they're not. They're just not.
You're right, Johnny.
I told you that from the beginning of the year. That's a horribly flawed team.
Right.
Everybody knew it. All the fans knew it all summer. Nobody can play in the post.
Why don't they marry it?
Because that doesn't make any sense. We got Broken Sam is out. That lady that thinks I'm trying to tear you down or whatever in the chats.
She gets it.
She would love to hear you.
She's
squeaking.
hot and she gets it. Guys, go to samtripoli.com.
What are you doing?
Check out my dates.
Just I'm in the middle of a sentence and he just.
Oh, okay. But check out my dates. I'm at in Detroit too. Go samtripoli.com. Hit events. Go on, Johnny. Say whatever you.
Incredibly rude. Broken Simulation was out.
I said it.
Sam is squeaking on Zen. It's really funny. He when he starts doing Zen, he starts squeaking. It's this weird like that, like a chew toy or something of a dog. It's really funny. You gotta hear it. It's like he's hiccuping or something, but he squeaks. It's very strange. That's on Broken Sam. And then I think Sam, you're busy, right? Later today. We're about to do Punch Drunk, I believe, if Jason shows up anyway in an hour or something.
I'm busy.
So check that out too, whenever it comes out.
Make sure you guys do your.
I'm busy.
Make sure you get St. John's going to the Final Four. They're like plus 900 right now. It's amazing.
Are they?
Actually, they might be down to plus 500, but we got them at plus 3,500 a while ago.
Wow.
I like that.
What are you doing at 1 o'clock, Johnny? Are you doing punch drunk at 1 o'clock? Because they gotta be somewhere at 2:30. Because we're gonna be doing a doom scrolling.
What did he say? 2 o'clock.
Okay, I can't do it.
We could do 1:30 though. Let me talk to him. I mean, we could do 1 probably. Could you do 1?
Do 1 o'clock. I could do it.
Okay.
Let's go to the Patreon. Stop.
Let's go.
All right, guys. We'll see you over there at the Patreon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for